crazy, right? That's how I've met a lot of y'all. And I have been dying to have her on and just honestly just chat with her. I've watched her switch companies, which a lot of my team has, Amanda. A lot of the girls, 95% of them have switched. And I've watched her like confidence grow, her team grow, her social media presence. So thank you so much. She is a
You're
mom.
welcome.
She is a boss babe. She's super busy. So thank you for taking time out of your schedule.
No problem.
So yay, she's like, should I leave my lashes on? I'm like, you can, but they take you, they love you however you come.
I'm keeping them on because we had family photos today. So I put them on and I was like, they look good. I'm going to keep them on. I'll probably keep them on tomorrow too if they don't fall off in my sleep.
That's so funny. How fun you look.
With my sweatpants. Well, thanks. This is not normal.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I got on a ball cap and I brushed my hair like a long time ago. So my team's used to it. Okay, I have a list of questions, girls. While we're talking, if you can think of anything that in particular you want Amanda to answer, type it in the chat and we'll check that. I'll check that while she's talking. But I just thought of things that I know that my team struggled with, some things that I've seen massive growth with in this industry. And I think it's cool to hear a different perspective that she's not in health and wellness. But I think, you know, your philosophies and your skill sets can apply in all areas. So I'm just going to start with my questions if that's good.
Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So do you have a daily checklist that you use?
I do, and it's very short.
Okay, what will you share with us? What is on it and how long is it?
Yeah, so it's 3 bursts of 10-minute activities. That's it.
Okay.
So in the mornings, I go in to my social media and I check in my team page, and I do this because, well, it was different like when I was working versus when I wasn't working. So when I'm home, I do my first 10 minutes while my kid is like trying to wake up because she's a bear like me in the morning. She does not wake up easily. So she sits on the couch and watches her cartoons and I sit on the couch next to her. So we're like together, but she's zoned off. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get some work done. So I go in and I check my team page. I go and I'm in a couple of groups for my own personal development. So I go in there and I check, you know, activity in there, kind of build myself up for the day, set an intention for the day, and make my list always on Mondays for who I'm going to focus on for the week. And I only focus on a small list of people. Like I'm not trying to talk to everybody. I'm only trying to talk to my people. So I make a list of people, and then that usually takes me about 10 minutes. And that's my first 10-minute task. I do my second one around lunchtime, give or take. And it all varies. Sometimes I do them all at once, but usually it's 3 10-minute tasks. And my second one is I go in and I engage with everybody from the list that I made that morning, because Facebook algorithms say if you are not being a person who is engaging with other people on social media, nobody's going to see your stuff. So you have to go in and engage with people. You have to watch their live videos, comment on their pictures, comment on their posts, actually like engage with them. So that's why I make a list, because then I have a purpose when I'm on Facebook. I'm not just randomly scrolling. So I type the search bar, I go to their name and I go to their page and I do that. And I always do that. This is really key if you're doing live videos, which you should be. You need to do this before you go live, because we have tested it. My business partner and I, we have done tests since probably August, and it's ever changing. But if you don't engage with your list of people on social media first, your live won't get put in that many people's feeds. So you have to do that first. And I've sometimes what day was it? Friday. I came home from work at 8:45 in the morning and I was like, I have to go live. I'm so excited. And I jumped on live and I was like, aw, I didn't do my talking to my people first. And thankfully my video was engaging enough with the title that it didn't really matter, but usually views are lower if you don't do that, and reshares and replay views. So that's my second task. And then my third task is which I've been switching this up. I'm going to start doing this first now because it's the most important piece, is going through the people who have engaged on my social media, who have commented on my videos, who are like kind of like in my face on social media, those are my warm market. Even if they're not people that I truly know, they're still my warm market because they're engaging on my stuff. So I go in and I ask them if they're open to earning more income. I have a script from the course that I'm in, and I do that it depends on the day. I really don't have a set number of people that I reach out to every day, but I try to do at least 3. So I'm at least growing by, putting my business opportunity in front of 3 people a day. But sometimes I'll do 30 in a day, and then I won't do any for 4 days. Like, that's just, especially working nights, my life has been craziness. So it depends. But those are my 3, like, no matter what I do those 3 things every day.
Cool. So whenever you make your focus list every morning, you're talking about prospects, like,
yep.
And let's just move right on to, who are your prospects? How do you find, I'm going to like go out of order now. So hold on, because that was,
no, that's fine.
How do you prospect? Like, what is your thinking whenever you go and you look at someone's page, or how do you, so not really, like, I know you're saying like people that engage with you, you're going to go and ask them, but if you're really like a true hard prospect, like you want them on your team, what are you looking for?
I am personally looking for people who are like I am today. That's like my ideal, like, that's like my, what I call my chicken list. I'm like, oh God, they like, not that I have my shit together, but people who are like in network marketing, they know they're in business, that type of thing. I look for those people. And I also look for people who are like me, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago. So people who have kids, swear, drink, they don't care, they're a hot mess, like they don't wash their hair for 6 days and they don't care to tell, like they don't care, they'll tell you. People who are funny, like if I can't laugh with my team, I don't want you on my team. Like I can't. We have to be able to laugh. And I look for people. My whole team we went to New York City like 3 weeks, it's probably been a month now. Almost half of the people that went to New York with us, I had never met before. We stayed in a 3-bedroom flat, like on top of each other for 3 days. And I was like, y'all are my people. I am so like, yes, we're doing something right here. So I pick people who I would invite to my house no matter what. Like if I, like you, for example, you're my people. Like I would be like, hey, you're in New York, come over. You can sleep over. I'll blow up a mattress for you. Here you go. So I look for people who are just like my best friends. And that's really
I feel like that's changed from where you were a couple of years ago.
Yes, especially switching base from being in like a cookie cutter box of health and fitness to now, I'm not in a supplement company. I'm not in health and wellness anymore. And so I can like truly be me. Like I don't have to pretend that I'm being healthy. I'm like, hey, I did really good today. I did really good on my diet today. And I'm like, I ate today on my second glass of wine. I ate a whole pizza. Like it is what it is. I don't have to pretend anymore. So it's a lot different because I'm not like when I was in health and fitness, if I saw one little thing of people who are like, I'm looking to lose 5 pounds. I'm like, oh, pick me. And like, it was really annoying. I didn't realize it was annoying, but now people do that to me and I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy your stuff. Stop stalking me. So that mindset has changed a lot.
It seems like a lot, and I can tell just to watching you, it seems, and my mind shift has been a lot like yours. It's been more like, this is what I'm doing, and I want to attract you, like, because I want people that see the value in it versus me going out and, like hiding in your bushes going.
Like jamming it down their throat. Drink my shake. Do my workouts. Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to come over and work out with me? They're like, oh my God, leave me alone. Oh, my light. I have a motion light in here and it went off.
Oh, there. You're fine. One of my girls said, which I'll answer and then I'm going to let you answer. She said, I thought scripts weren't a good thing. And I'll tell you, I want to know what you use, but I'm going to tell Lisa, this is what I use. I don't ever use a script except for one situation. There is one situation where I use a script and I will say, hey, your social media account is super inspiring. have you ever thought about using it to promote on social media? Something like that. But I do that. For me, it is like a sincere, my mind shift isn't like, I just need your social. I don't care if you're on life support or not. I'm going to work your business for you to get to my next rank, right? That's out the door. But now it's more like, I really see value in you on social media. I think you could, do something with this. Would that interest you? So what does yours sound like?
So I have been part of, I don't know if it's open or not right now, but I think it was he only opens it for 2 days at a time. I've been involved with Ray Higdon personally mentoring us. My upline, God knows how much he paid to be personally mentored by him. So we've been using all of Ray Higdon's scripts. I'm in part of Rank Makers, which is like changing the face of network marketing. Like that's his whole goal, like trying to make things not icky. So Ray does a video every single day in his private group. And then we have action steps. And that is what has totally shifted everything for me since August. So if you're not on the wait list for Rank Makers, I would do it. And just a heads up, he told us in here, it's like $230, I think, for a lifetime membership right now. But it's going up to like $3,000 in February. So I was like, I'm going to do the lifetime because I was paying, it's like $20 a month. So initially I was like, I spend a lot more than $20 a month on accident at Target. So I'll give this a whirl. And what his scripts look like are that he uses a lot of, are you open? Because people don't want to not be open. If you ask somebody if they're interested, hell yeah, they'll say, no, I'm not interested in that. But people psychologically don't want to not be open. So it's a lot of, are you open to doing something that would create additional income on the side if it didn't interfere with what you're already doing? That's pretty much, I change it around a little bit, but that's the basic gist of the script that we're using, and my whole entire team uses it, and we are closing in on having 1,000 people in my team. When I left my last company, I was with it for 5 years, and we only had 700 when I left. So the close rate with these scripts is ridiculous. So that's why I keep using them. And I don't really like scripts, but I use that particular one when I just want to like get to business and be like, hey, would you like to make some additional income? Are you open? And then, and the other thing that is in that is, if not, no biggie. If not, I don't care. I don't care if you want my stuff or not. Like you, me, whoever is doing the asking, we hold the golden nugget. It's not them. They're not the special person. We're the special person that has the special sauce. So treat it as such, because you're the one with the opportunity that's going to help them, and you know it. If they don't see it, that's not your problem. Move on to the next person.
I love that, because you're right. Like if they don't see it, that's not efficient for us to try to spend the day convincing them, right? And
I did that for many, many years. And then they would sign up and they wouldn't work their business.
Yep. Gosh, I love that. I love it. Like, I knew I loved you, but like now I know. That's awesome. Okay. What do you do? Well, you kind of already answered this. So I know you start each day filling up your cup and motivating yourself by you telling us like what you do first, but what are, besides like Rank Makers, maybe some things you've done in the past, or maybe different things you do? We all know in network marketing, you're going to have days where you don't believe in yourself, or you're going to let those doubts creep in, right? Because no one's coming and patting you on the back every 10 minutes and being like, that was a kick-ass message.
Good job.
Right?
Good job.
Not going to happen. So
yeah.
what are some things that you do to stay self-motivated?
This has been really huge for me because I had the biggest month I've ever had in October. And then in November, like I signed up 12 new distributors in October. A big giant goose egg in November. So I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I did so awesome. And now I'm like, what? Oh, like part of me was like, I can't beat that. And I was like, I'm going to try. And then I like did nothing. So I was really like down on myself. And I was like, oh, this sucks. Like I have to like start from square one. This is ridiculous. I hate this. So what I started doing is journaling. So I started journaling, which is really difficult for me because I'm not like I had to buy a journal that had prompts in it, because if I just sit down to a blank piece of paper, I'm like, I don't know what to write. Like, what do I say? So I bought a journal that had prompts in it. So it prompted me every day. It asks you for 5 things that you're grateful for every morning. And then there's an evening section, which has been huge for me. It also, which is really difficult. I didn't think it would be, but I was like, wow, this is still really hard. It asks you for 5 things that you appreciate about yourself and things that you like about yourself. Coming up with 5 things that you love about yourself that are different every single day can be really hard. And I was like, man, this is really stretching me. So I kept doing it because it's really stretching me. So I journal. I listen to a lot of motivational podcasts. I listen to all the Tony Robbins, if I am ever taken, just bring me to Tony Robbins. That's all I need in life. Lots of Tony Robbins, and having my husband be on board has been huge, because when he notices when I dwindle, and he's like, something's off with you. I don't know what you need to do, but he's like my thermometer, which is really helpful when I need to self-motivate, because I'm like, oh, you're right. Okay, I'm going to go read a book. So I just dive into myself, and I'm the type of person where I'm an introverted extrovert. So everybody thinks that I'm super out there all the time. I'm always loud. I say hi to everybody. I don't care. But how I refill myself is being alone. So I have to remember to be by myself to fill my cup up. And I had to make it very clear to my 2 best friends who run this business with me, who live locally to me. They're the opposite. They thrive, they fill their cup back up by being with other people. And they're like, we're going out. We're going to go face-to-face prospecting out. And I'm like, I need to sit in my bathtub by myself and journal. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I want to go. But knowing what I need to do to be successful has been huge, and not just being a yes person. So that's been
I love that. I love
huge.
That. I'm very similar to you in that aspect, where I am super outgoing, but when I feel the most anxious and what calms me the most is, even if it's doing laundry, but by myself.
I'm alone. Yeah, nobody's touching me. Nobody wants my attention. Yeah, by myself. That's how I have to recharge.
I would rather do that than go shopping to recharge.
Mm-hmm. I did that last night. I sent my husband out with his friends, because I've been working every other weekend and we've had stuff. So he has been locked in my house with our toddler when I work all weekend overnight. And I'm like, don't you want to go out with your friends? And he's like, why? Why do you want me to leave? I'm like, I need to be alone.
Yeah.
I need to just be alone by myself. And it totally recharged me. So it was perfect.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I love that. How do you feel about, what is your opinion on motivating your team?
That's a really good question.
You can be completely honest too.
I have 2 schools of thought. So I'll tell you what I used to do when I was in my last business. I was very motivated by rank, and I don't know how your company works, but how our company worked was you couldn't achieve ranks unless your team achieved ranks. So I was very selfish, because I was like, I want to hit this XYZ rank, but I needed 5 people to hit a certain rank underneath me. So I tried to motivate people who didn't want it as bad as I did, and I couldn't understand why, and I actually pushed them away, because if you guys have ever seen any of my Facebook Live videos, I have done something. It's on the difference, and Ray Higdon talks about this all the time. There are 5%ers, 15%ers, and 85%ers in network marketing. The 85%ers are called the 85% for a reason. 85% of people in network marketing just want to get their product at a discount, be part of a community, or just I guess those are the really only 2 things. And then the 15%ers want to retail. They just want to sell some stuff, get their stuff for cheaper, and do the other 2 things. 5%ers are super rare, and those are people like me who are I'm bringing this to the top, I'm replacing my income, I'm doing this full time. And most of your team are not people like that. So it's difficult to treat your whole team like a 5% mentality, and it pushes them away. Because if they think that they have to produce and produce and produce, but they're like, hi, I'm just here for a discount and to go on vacation. Like, why? I don't understand why I have to do all of this stuff. It defeats them and it pushes them away. So that's what I learned in transitioning companies. So now what I do, I'm very the opposite. My business partner handholds way more than I do, and we run our team together, so it's a little bit disconnected. But I handheld for 5 years and I can't anymore. I sign people up. I give them the information. I say, once you finish that training, it takes 20 to 30 minutes. It's very short. Get back with me. We'll have a phone call. We'll discuss your goals. If they never call me, I don't go bang down their door. They have the information. They're in the team page. They know where it all is. I'm not going to bang down their door. If they want it, they'll come after me. And I tell them, I'm here all the time for whatever you need, but I'm not going to bang down your door and hold your hand and ask you if you're working your business. That's your job. It's not my job.
Good. I love that. I love to hear you say that so much. Let me ask you this. So you know the color personality traits, like that's what.
Oh yeah.
Well, I try not to do that anymore. You know.
I used to, but it's.
Yeah. Okay. Do you try to figure out when you bring someone in, do you spend any amount or energy on figuring out what percent they fall into, like who they are and what they kind of want, so you know? Or are you kind of just like, you have all the resources, it's up to you if you pick up one of them or if you pick up 5 of them? Is that mentality?
Yeah, I don't. And I can tell when people come on where they are, what, like, because I don't know if you've done like I'm familiar with the Danny Johnson gems, like how that work, like those. So I am a sapphire 100%, and I have a little bit of ruby in me, but I'm mostly like, I'm here for the fun. Don't talk to me about numbers. I don't care. I don't know. For the first 6 weeks I was with my new company, I had no idea how I got paid. My husband's like, how do you get paid? I'm like, I don't know. Money just keeps going in my account. I'm not sure. And so I can pick out an emerald, like a person who's very detail and numbers oriented, because they make my ears bleed. I'm like, please stop asking me questions. So those type of people I can pick out. I need them on my team. My best friend is very much an emerald personality. I'm always like, I have a question. She's like, you should know these answers. I'm like, yeah, but I don't. So I have a question. So I can kind of tell, but I don't really, you can tell if somebody is blowing up my phone. Like, I have 3-way calls for you. I have boom. I have somebody that just signed up with me who, like probably 6 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, you're a 5%er. Like, you've rank advanced 7 times since you've been in this company for a month, and you're hustling and you're in my phone all day long. And then I have people who signed up 2 weeks before her. I haven't heard from them since. I'm like, okay, so I don't know. You have your product. Okay, great. I'm here when you need me.
I love that. I try to tell my team that you should spend very little time, and if any, I mean, hearing you say that, like checking on the people that aren't, it's the people I focus on that are showing up. I don't have time. I always say I don't have time to talk while I run or to chit chat and have a conversation if you're running. And I'm the type of person just like you, like I'm a runner. Like I'm going to the top, and I'm either going to go by myself or we can all go together.
Yeah. But this reminds me of 2 different things. One is, don't incentivize reluctance. If people are being reluctant in their business, don't reward them for that. Why are you wasting all of your time? Isn't your time so much better spent on helping someone close 3 business partners than it is helping one person like figure out why she's doing this? Like, you can figure it out on your own. I'll talk to you, but I'm not, like, time is very limited to people. And I don't mean like I don't talk to people unless they're producing, because that's different. Right. But if people, like, I have another person who, she's in a country that we're not actually launched in, but she was like, I see this and I'm doing this anyway. And she's running into struggles, and she's not rank advancing, but she's doing the activity every single day. She gets just as much of my attention as the person who rank advanced 7 times, because she's there. She's showing up every day. The person who's like, I lost my sign-in ID. Do you know what it is? I'm like, oh, no, I don't have time for you.
You. Oh my gosh. I love that. So the ones that are showing up, would you just say they're self-motivated and you don't need to motivate them because the comp plan motivates them?
Yep. They know people, and that's what you want on your team is self-motivated people. Like I always say this to my team. I'm like, I drug around dead horses for 5 years. I'm not dragging you around. You're either running with me or you're not, or you're walking, and that's cool, but I will not sit with you. Like I'm either running, I will run with you, I will walk with you, I might even crawl with you for a little bit, but we're not sitting around. Don't have time for that.
I love that. Talk to me about your posting on social media. One thing I want to say is like a lot of us did switch from one health and wellness to another, but the thought is very, very different in the way we post. And I notice like with you, obviously you're not doing call to action posts like, hi, if you want wine, I have 3 spots left, or I'm looking for a wine model, whatever.
I'm like, if you want to drink wine, you can have it delivered to your house. As many people that want to have it. And I have a big issue, and I think I've said this before. I have a big issue with and I know I'm not throwing shade on anyone. I know that it's how people were trained. I know that this is how companies tell you, but because I used to do it too. I have 5 spots left. So if 10 people want to buy a package from me that month, I'm going to turn 5 of them away. No, you're not. And everybody knows you're not. And especially social media is so much different now than it was 6 years ago when I started. Like not a lot of people were sharing on social media, but now you're competing with sponsored ads of people who are high up in companies who can afford to throw hundreds of dollars a week at their social media ads. And you can't compete with that, especially if I don't want to compete with your ads. Oh my God, that I am not giving Mark Zuckerberg $1 unless I have to. So you're competing with a lot more people, and so many companies have been around for long enough where you can spot a company's post. Like, like certain companies, and I know you all will be able to tell, like, certain companies post because you see 6 of them in your feed and you're like, okay, I just saw that. Like, I just saw that again. Like, am I like refreshing the feed or what's happening? So they're all the same. They don't sound like you. When you write your post, you should talk it out. Like you should have this is a whole nother conversation, but you should have like your business avatar, like your person that you talk to. My girl's name is Emma, and I know her very well. I know how much money she makes. I know that she's married. I know that she has kids. I know that she works full time, but she doesn't want to anymore. I know like all of these things because I created her. She's a little bit of me 5 years ago, a little bit of me now, and a little bit of a couple other people. And when you do your posting, you need to talk to that person only, not, hey guys, hey everyone. Like you need to say, hey girl, hey you, hey, I know where you're at. I know where you're coming from. So when you talk like that, you're talking to one singular person, but you're really talking to a group of people because there's a lot of people who fit your mold of your person. So doing that has been huge. And posting your real life. Like I have heard percentages before where you should be posting like 80% personal and 20% business. I think you should be posting 95% personal and 5% business. Like you should literally just like sprinkle it in, like a little dash, very, very small amount of what your business is. Like when I do my videos, I'm like, oh, my team. I don't ever mention, sometimes I mention that I sell wine because it just comes out. But for the most part, I don't mention, I actually removed pictures from our corporate event, which I loved, but I was like, oh, they have our name is in them. Like they watermarked them, or they were in front of like a backdrop that, the backdrops that say like all the stuff. And I was like, because I don't want anybody being like, oh, that's the company you're with. I'm going to go Google them and find out all the bad crap about them so that I'm not going to sign up. I don't want anyone to know what company I'm with or really exactly what I do. So that's how I post. And I post like, left my job again, because I did it once, but then I switched companies. So I had to get a job again. So I post about that stuff, lifestyle. You want people I always, if you don't follow Trey Bearer, Bearror, and his like page is that effing guy, EFFING, like that effing guy. He is my mentor. He was actually my downline in my last company. He is a freaking boss on social media. Like he goes live every day at 9:00. He drops knowledge bombs. I have totally changed what I do on social media just because of watching his stuff, and it's all of his same stuff that he shares with everybody. It's not team specific, and he doesn't do it company specific. His name, I saw somebody ask, it's Trey, Trey, Bearer, like bear as in a big bear, OR at the end, BEAROR. Yes. And his like page is that effing guy, EFFING. And if you follow him, and implement what he says to do, you'll be golden on social media.
That's awesome. I love that. Do you have a certain amount of times that you try to post each day, or is it just like you roll with the punches? How does that go for you?
I roll with the punches. I'm very my husband and I actually just went through 5 years of cleaning out my office, and I literally had 4 garbage bags full of paper, writing things. He's like, you need to stop writing and just do. I'm like, I know. So I'm going to make a post about it this week because I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I post right now. Facebook's algorithm says that 2 times a day is ideal, which hallelujah, we don't have to post 2 times a day. Because if you're posting more than that, Facebook isn't going to show it to as many people because they're like, you're bugging everyone. Stop it. So my last company was 3 to 5 times a day. It was obnoxious. I was like stressing out because I'm like, I can't do math, but 3 to 5 times 5 to 6 days a week worth of content to talk to people about, like that's exhausting. So I try to keep my posts. Some of them are lighthearted. I kind of just I used to write them all out like ahead of time, but then I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling like that today. Like I'm not feeling like that today. I'm feeling like this. So I usually make my posts like off the cuff. And I've been really bad at going live lately, but I'm going to get better now that I'm not working anymore. But I'm like, I haven't gone live in like forever. So I try to make one of my posts is a live video. And then one of my posts is either something like sharing my lifestyle or something like I made a post today because I was like, that's really funny. It said, I am a strong, independent, capable, smart woman until I need the sippy cup top taken off.
I saw
and I can't get it off. Like, what the hell? So, stuff like that that's going to make my brand laugh. If you are, and you don't have to be a funny person, but everybody likes laughter, and people will share your stuff and they'll remember your stuff if you're laughing. And always don't worry about likes. Worry more about comment and engaging. Facebook doesn't care if you have 13,000 likes on your post. They care if people are engaging underneath with comments. So make a call to action, even if it's in your post, like tag your friend who would think this is funny. I get tagged in like all kinds of unicorn stuff because we've like branded ourselves as unicorns. So all the unicorn stuff. And the other thing is when you're responding to people's stuff underneath your 1 to 2 posts a day, ask them a question, because then they'll come back and keep going on your like it will keep rising to the top because you keep having engagement, and Facebook likes that.
That's awesome. Victoria wanted to know on your lives, because I've seen some of your lives. I love to watch you because you're very funny.
A hot mess.
You're a mess. Like I love you.
I'm such a mess.
I've heard you talk about both. Like, so do you just stick to business? I've seen some of yours where you're like, oh my God, if y'all don't stop doing this, like this is insane.
I'm gonna come to your house and punch you in the face. Yeah. I go on rants.
Yeah, but do you like plan out, okay, this is going to be a business one, or do you like, what's your thought process about keeping it business, personal, or marry the two?
I usually marry the two. And what I've done is I went through a course on how to create good Facebook Live. It was like be an awesome live streamer or some course like that. So what I took from that was a template that I printed off like 1,000 of them, and I had this huge list. Like when I just think of live ideas, I write them down on a list. I just write down like a phrase, few keywords that will help me remember. And I usually get them when I'm out drinking with my friends, because we're like, oh, that's funny, we should do a live video about that. So there are a lot of that. And when I'm driving in my car listening to personal development, I'm like, oh, that's a good one, that's a golden nugget. So I keep this running list. And then what I did a couple of nights when I was at work and it was really slow, I took all of those and I just wrote out bullet points. So I had like 3 or 4 weeks worth of live video content. Like I just had to pull it out of a notebook, review it, and go. And they're everything from like a lot of business stuff, because I want to attract people who are like business savvy, but also like life hacks. I'm going to start getting a little more personal with Facebook videos and stuff, just because I feel like I'm getting sick of business live videos. But I've been doing like a mix of the two. And really what I tell my team to do is pick 5 things that you are about that is not your business and not the market of your business. So nothing health and fitness. Like, what are you besides that? Because when I was with my health and fitness company, that's all I was. And people were like, you didn't even own sneakers before you joined this company. Like, what has happened to you? And it evolved over the years and I did enjoy it, but I picked 5 things, and my 5 things are: I'm a hot mess. So I like to share funny hot mess things. Like, I just was reminded of a video that my best friend and I did. We got those wax pearls from China that like you put it on your face or your leg and you like rip it off and it pulls your hair out. Because it was in my Scentsy warmer, because that's what we used to warm it up, because I didn't know what else to use. And like we did a live video about like it gets a little crazy hot mess in here. So I do stuff like that. I love talking to people about money mindset, anything related to like fixing your mindset around money. Like, you're deserving, you're able, you can do this. Like, you deserve to have abundance in your life. Like, all of that stuff. I love that kind of stuff. I also am really like, this might be a little woohoo for some people. Like, my mom thinks I'm a little crazy. But I'm really into like manifestation and like the universe and like all this stuff. And even my best friend, she's a big Jesus lover, and I'm just not. And she's like, will you stop calling Jesus the universe? And I'm like, I can't help it. I'm like, I go to church with you and you can support me. So it's like, I'm very into that kind of like woohooery. And just life hacks, like anything that's going to make your life easier, doing business, being a mom, anything like that. So those are a lot of what I share, because that's what I love to talk about. So you got to find your 5 things.
That's funny. I watched your manifestation video the other day and I was like, well, she's...
If anybody wants to manifest money, the girl that I did it with is starting a new one on Tuesday. And she's like going through it. I manifested $7,600 in like 3 days. I was like...
Like, if I didn't know you, I would have been
really?
You're full of shit. And I
thought I was full of shit.
I was like, dude, do you know how many envelopes I get in the mail that I don't open?
I just threw away in these boxes of all of this crap that I threw away from my office. I had a check from my last company from 2 years ago. It was like $38 or something. And Matt's like, just throw away money. I'm like, I didn't know it was there. I didn't open it. Who gets checks in the mail? Like, direct deposit me. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. What about, how do you organize your follow-ups? Do you have a list, a checklist, a spreadsheet? I know you're not organized and it's okay. Neither am I.
I've done everything. I try, like, I'm so disorganized, but really, really want to be organized at heart. Like, I really want to be. So I try everything. I have done Teamsy. I have done Google Streak, which is great if you're like a tech person, but I can't like remember to go in and update that stuff. Like, I keep a notebook.
Okay.
That's all I keep. It used to just, I've upgraded from my notebook. It used to just be like literally a notebook with people's names in it. And I would just like make little notes, like in tiny little chicken scratch that I can't read. On the same line. And what I did now is I made this little Excel sheet, and it's super simple. It has their name, and we do the our business training, we do the add tag message system. So we add somebody to a Facebook group, we tag them in a video, and then we message them to follow up. So that's like our system. So what I have done is I have their name, I have a little space so that I can have like a blurb about them, like if they have experience, like what's going on, are they pregnant, like what, you know, a little blurb about their life that will jog me. And then when I invited them, when I added them to the group and tagged them in the video, when I followed up with them, and I have 2 follow-up spots. And then after that, I don't follow up with them for 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
And that's
when you're talking about add tag message, and you're talking about that group, is that a group for potential customers or business partners?
Both. We put everybody in the same group.
And the video, is it like a corporate video, or is it something that you and your girls made?
What we used to do is me and Amber made a video. I housed a website. I do not recommend doing that. It is obnoxious and expensive. So what we did now, we had the 4 top teams under my leader. We all came together and we were like, how do we make this better? Like, we need to make sure that this is easy. It's super duplicatable. That was our main thing. We wanted people to be able to like do it super quick, super easy, not a lot of training. So we have a video. We have a pinned post that's a welcome video. And in the text of that pinned post is we used Bitly, but you can use tiny URL or whatever, to all the other videos that are in that group so that people can just go to one spot and be like, how do you get free wine, business opportunity, comp plan. And I think we only have like 4 videos. I think we have 5 now because my friend Amber and her husband did a testimonial. So now we have 5, but it's very minimal information. Oh, we added a webinar too because we did one of those, but it's very minimal. All of the videos, except for the webinar and the testimonial, they're 5 minutes long. They tell you very detailed information because the mindset is we want people to be hooked. Like, oh, that sounds like a really good idea. Yes, I need more information about this. So there's the comp plan video that they can watch. But what we like to do is get people on the phone or in a group message, because I can close someone a lot easier because I have this face-to-face, and I try to do them video as much as possible because people can feel your energy over the phone more than a corporate video. So I tell all of my new people, I will close every single rep you sign until you hit the top of the company, which for us is only 9 people. So until you hit the top and you're on your own, I'll do it for you. And that's how we run our ad tag message. And it has made things, we've been doing it since the end of August. It's been so simple and such a game changer because we're not chasing people around, sending people a link. They didn't watch it. Like, you didn't watch it? Okay, fine. You're still in there. You're still in the group, and it's going to pop up. Like when we pop up updates, people will be like, oh yeah, forgot about that.
That's awesome. So, okay, so walk me through this. If I messaged you and I was like, hey girl, I'm really interested in your business, will you tell me about it? No matter what, do you go, you know what, I have an amazing video, I'm going to add you to the group, tag you in it, and then we're going to talk?
Yep. And I even add, what we do is, you're a business owner, you're busy. You don't have time to explain your comp plan to every single person, which is, it's the psychology of the sale. So it gets in people's head because they're like, I'm not a business owner, but I'm busy. I have things to do. I have children hanging on me and a job and a house and all of these things. So I'm busy too. So this is really awesome. So we always, no matter what, we're busy. I'm running out the door to do errands. My favorite thing to tell people was, hey, I'm working tonight and I'm getting ready to lay down for a nap. I'm going to tag you in this video. If it's cool, I don't ever add, I always ask first. Like, I can add you into this group. I'll tag you in a couple of videos and I'll touch base with you later. If I don't hear from you by the end of the day today, I'll follow up with you tomorrow. So that has been really huge for me because I don't know, something about it lets them know, like, if they don't get back to me by the end of the day, I will be contacting them tomorrow. Because we used to like nail down a time and call them and all, bleh. But it's people's lives are too crazy for all that. So I just simply say like, I'm going to add you to this group. It's going to explain things way better than I can because I'm a rambler. And I suck at details. So this video will explain everything. I'll touch base with you tomorrow if I don't hear from you first. And that's where I leave it. It's been such a game changer. Oh my God. I want to like kiss them. I'm like, thank you so much. This is so much better. I'm not chasing people around.
Well, I mean, it's true because we do want everyone in our business, but the 5%ers, I mean, if you're a 5%er, you want 5%ers, you get that. And somebody who really wants this is going to go in, they're going to watch it. They're going to be blowing up your phone before you wake up from your nap.
Yep.
They are. That's awesome. Let me see if I have anything else. So when you always say that you're looking for your unicorn, you're looking for your 5%ers.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It's not even necessarily my 5%ers. I'm just looking for people who like want to be part of our community. Like we have a girl who I love her so much. She was doing IVF treatments when she signed up with us, which was like the first week that we signed up with this new business. She was like, I don't know anything about network marketing, but it's wine. Here's my money. And she shortly after got pregnant, couldn't use our product for 9 months. And she stayed. She showed up to our events. She stayed plugged in. She did everything throughout her whole pregnancy. And I'm like, yes, you're like, wasn't producing, wasn't doing tons of stuff, but she was engaged in our community and she was still like part of the team. Like, so those are my people. I don't care if you are like, I just want a 40% discount on wine. I don't even want to build a business. I just think you're cool and I want to come to your house and have a 40% discount on cases of wine. I'm like, okay, cool. You're my people then. That's awesome. And a lot of people end up seeing like those kinds of people when they're plugged in because we're fun and they like to be part of the community. They're like, wait a second. I would like to make some money. This is some bullshit. I would like to do better. So like they usually just progressively start to work the business because they're like, oh, wait, I can do this too. I can totally do this. We kind of brainwash people into believing in themselves and like thinking they can do stuff. So it's byproduct.
I say that. I'm like, borrow confidence and from somebody else until you find it yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
Gosh, you have given us so much stuff. Like I am fired up. What about, okay. Last thing, what about, I know what you do online. When you message people though, I feel like you're a very personable person. Do you spend a lot of time building authentic relationships online?
No. Not in Messenger. Because my theory is, and I was so happy that Ray Higdon validated this in one of his Ray Dailies in the Rank Makers because I was like, oh, yes. I'm not an asshole. This is so, oh, yes. Because I feel like I build relationships with people on their Facebook, like on their live videos, on their pictures, on their posts, like on their stuff that's public. So I don't feel the need to small talk in Messenger. And to be truthful, I hate small talk. I have had people that they message me like, hey girl, how are you? Like every 2 months. And I'm like, is this going anywhere? What do you want from me? Like, do you want me to watch a video? Do you want me to buy a piece of jewelry from you? Like, where is this going? I don't have time for this. Stop small talking me. And it like makes me feel like a jerk, but I'm like, we're not getting anything from this relation. Like you feel obligated to talk to me. I am like trapped in this room message with you, like wondering what's going to happen. And I just hate small talk. I'm not a small talk person, even in person. Like if I meet someone, I'm like, let's talk about the meaning of life over a glass of wine. Like not like, hey, how are your kids? I'm like, let's really get deep here.
I love that. That's great.
I can't do small talk. So I don't build rapport in Messenger because anybody I'm talking to, they know me from my stuff and I know them from their stuff. So I'm like, hey, we jive.
I love that. Because I mean, I am guilty of trying to build trying to build a relationship behind the scene. But you're so right because when people post, it's for attention, right?
Yes, Tina just joined Rank Makers. You go. Sorry.
I did.
I get really excited.
I did, right, because I'm like, she told me about that, and now it's closed, but I went and got on the wait list. And it's funny because I'm like, okay, Amanda, like, what are you getting from this? Like, what, because you always wonder what's the motive. You're like, no, like, it's changed
It has
business.
changed
and I'm like,
everything.
Okay. And I love all the stuff you're saying because you've taken it's cool to like watch people's journey in network marketing go from like, I mean, pretty much it's all the same, right? You go from annoying to spammy to, okay, maybe I don't have to be like this, to now you're attracting people to you because people are like, what is she doing? She's cool. And I don't know, you've dropped some huge nuggets even for me. I'm not, obviously, I've never arrived, but I think I'm pretty good. But I'm like, dang, like this is so good. I love it. If y'all have any other questions, if y'all want to drop them in the comments. I'm gonna say my takeaways because I just like to recap. Okay.
Okay.
I love that you are not a prisoner to your phone. I love that you are busy, and it's okay to say you're busy and not pretend like you're not pretend like you're propped up by the fireplace with your feet up, kumbayaing all day, right? Like you're busy, you're a mom.
Yeah.
I love that because people can connect with that, because if not, they're going to be like, I can't do what she does. I have stuff hanging from me. I haven't brushed my hair. I have all my clothes from yesterday, right?
I'm not even 100% confident I brushed my teeth today. Like, I am like, I'm not really sure. Maybe I did. I don't know. Like, that's my life. I'm like, I'm not sure.
I love you. So I like that you do those 10-minute things and you have your non-negotiables. I think that's so amazing. I like that you're building relationships with people on social media versus in Messenger, having BS conversations. That is a mind shift for me. If I post something, if you post something, if anyone posts something, what do you want? You want attention. Like you want people to comment. You want people to duh. Like, I don't want you in my inbox. Go show me some love on my post. I want everyone to see it. Duh. I love that. I like that you're not afraid to use scripts, but they're not, hey, I have 3 spots left. I like that because I like how you say, are you open to, if not, no biggie. And God, that your mindset is so spot on. And I hope, guys, that you take that and run with that. If you think that they hold the golden nugget, you've got to change that yesterday, because it is no biggie. We don't want to spend our time talking people into joining us. Like, that's not what we're here for. We're here for people that get the vision. We can, clarify. But yeah, I love that. That effing guy, I'm going to go follow him.
You have to follow him like yesterday. He's amazing.
I love too that you say, because I came from a company where, yes, you needed certain people at a certain rank and to get to your next rank. And the good thing about ours is it's probably similar to yours. We promote on volume alone. I love that. And I love that mind shift. And if you haven't made that mind shift yet and you're on my team or a side sister and your side brother listening to that, gosh, yes, because we can't bring someone in and treat them like they are the next millionaire, because they may not want to be that. And then what pressure are you putting on? They might just be here for the fun. And I love that you said that. That is okay. I just wrote down so much stuff. I'm so excited. I'm probably not going to bed tonight. I just thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I love you. I adore you. I look up to you more than you know. And just thank you.
You're welcome. I saw somebody had a question, but I don't know how to find it on my phone. Because I apparently don't know how to use my cell phone.
I don't see a hand raised now. Let me see.
It was in the comments.
Oh.
It popped up on my screen.
Hold on. Oh, do we have a video to give someone when they ask about the company? Mallory? No, we don't, but we will. We will, because I'm about to go.
She's like, I'm going to go record one right now.
I'm going to go take a bath, and I'm going to be thinking about this ad tag message little system that Amanda has. And not be afraid. I think, too, not being afraid to try something that's more efficient. Because I'm going to be honest, I would think like, oh no, like you need to be personable. But then I stop and shut that off. And I think, how many three-way messages am I thrown in every day that had they have watched the video first, had they have had that background knowledge, I wouldn't be held hostage in half of those three-way chats with the people that don't want to be there either.
Yeah, and I will tell you, I don't talk to anyone who hasn't watched our video. Like if we have a time set up, my first question is, hey, did you check out the video that we tagged you in? And if they say, no, I haven't gotten to it yet, I'm like, okay, when will you be able to get to it? And let's schedule a time to talk after that. And I hang up the phone. Because ain't nobody got time to be doing all that.
Well, it's true. I mean, we have to think of ourselves. We are business owners. And if Starbucks hired you and said, okay, go sit back in this room, I need you to watch this video on
how to make me a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, and you come out and you're like, well, I let's just talk. I'm just not going to go watch that. They're going to be like, bye. Like, bye. I love that. And I think that scares me. I'm being honest. Like, that's out of my comfort zone. But I love that, and I'm going to embrace that because it's truth. I mean, I feel like that's going to make your time as a business owner, as a mom, so many people still work. Like,
yeah, and it makes it too so that you can talk to so many more people. Like our biggest motto on our team is say less to more people.
I like
because
that.
If you're saying less to more people, you're planting seeds in people's heads without like vomiting your comp plan on them and like telling them every last thing. You're like, hey, I have this 5-minute video. Like we made it. It's got some dope music in it. You can go check it out. There's a bearded guy. He'll tell you everything you need to know. And we'll touch base because then people are like, oh yeah, like, you know, when you're in a message or you're in a call with somebody, 9 times out of 10, you have a 10-minute spiel that you're going to tell them. It takes you 30 minutes because they interject, they add their things, they do this, they do that. And you're like, can I just tell you what I know? Like, can you please just stop talking? Just let me tell you. So with a video, all that information, I'm like, write down questions that you have. If you have questions, we'll go over your questions. I don't ever regurgitate any information. And that is really big for duplication too, because for people like us who were big in our last company and then we came to a new company, like I pick up comp plans, like I pick up information very easily, but somebody who's new, they're like, oh my God, I have to remember all of this information. Oh, here's another golden nugget for you. I don't remember where I heard it, but your duplication process starts the moment you ask someone if they're open for your business. That whole thing that you do as prospecting someone, they think they have to do that. So if you make it super simple, they're like, oh, I can do that. But if you make it very difficult, they're like, I don't have time to talk to you how many people am I going to sign onto this team if I have to talk to every person for 45 minutes? Not very many. Yeah, but if you can bang out stuff, that was huge for me. I'm like, ooh, it starts here. That makes so much sense.
I like that. I'm writing that down. Now, don't everyone get off of here and go try to make a video. I'm just saying, because that's not duplicatable. I think it's something for us to absolutely think about and look at and figure out how we can do that most efficiently. Because yes, duplication, no matter how good you are, if you can't duplicate, and I struggle. That's one of the things I struggle the most with. But if you can't duplicate, you can't go up.
And you can't grow a team. Yeah. You can't. And I think for people like us, like I have always been very like, I like to be in the spotlight. I like pats on the back, like, oh, your video was really cool. Like you're funny, but that's not duplicatable at all. And my upline, Trey, he made like top whatever in our last company. And he was like on stage with the trainers, like made all these YouTube videos, grew his following to like 20,000 people on like Instagram and Facebook. Like he was all over the place. And he stopped making videos when he came to this company because he said every day people would tell me that's really cool, but I can't make dope YouTube videos. So how am I ever going to do this if I don't have presence like you do on video? So he stopped. He doesn't make videos at all. He made the videos that we all sprinkled into our ATM message like group. But he's like, I don't make videos anymore because it's not duplicatable. People can't like make and edit. And he's really good at it. Like he's really good at editing videos and like cutting them and making them like perfect. And I would be like 4 hours on my iMac. I'm like, how do you cut this script?
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing.
That would be me. I'd be like, I have no idea. Like, I have no
And
idea.
I'm like, but I got to make these videos because he's doing it and he's successful. So I have to do it too. And then it's like, business isn't fun anymore. It has to be fun. And that is the biggest thing. And I don't know if it's 100% related to changing companies. Maybe my product's a lot more fun. Just saying. But for me, like the whole tone of everything changed. And I was like, this is fun. This is just going to be fun. I'm going to make this be fun. And when you start making it fun, people are going to start coming to you and being like, what are you doing? You look like you're having so much fun. I'm like, I am. And you can have fun too.
Yeah. That I can say that has that's been a lot of what I've experienced with my team switching companies, even though it's in the same industry, is like, I'm actually having fun again. When you're not having fun, you're on a hamster wheel and you're doing more of what does not work, you're insane.
Insanity. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I could not agree more. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to convert this to a YouTube video, which is one of the things I know how to do. I don't know how to do much.
I know how to do that too because it does it for you. I think that's why I know how to do it.
And I will send you the link. And thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. This is so fun.
Let me know if I can ever repay the favor. I will be more than happy to.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Awesome.
Thanks, love.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.